Hi everyone, it's Arthur here at Arthur Ease Your Mind, and we're doing a deep dive today. Now, I'm not alone. See my partner in crime? It's Kerri. Hi, Kerri.
Hey, glad to be here.
It's been a
I'm here,
while.
ready to go deep diving with my
I
good
know, like I
friend.
said, move over, Jacques Cousteau.
That's it. I've got my gear and I'm ready to go. Ready to
Good.
go. It's been a minute since we've been together.
Yeah,
We've had a lot of stuff. It was hard for us to connect, but
but we
I'm so
did.
happy we're here, finally able to do this.
Yeah, so am I. The spirit
Yes,
world let things happen and let us
that's right.
coordinate. And
That's
the
right.
great thing is, Kerri's also an actual fire horse.
I am. And I was telling Arthur this that I was actually born in 1966, which was the year of the fire horse. So I was like, whoa, this is my 60th year. It's like the year of the fire horse, and I was born in the year of the fire horse. He's helping me with the significance with all of that. But yeah,
It's your
it's
year.
something to think about. Yeah, it's my year. Yeah.
And for some reason, I thought it was an earth rooster. And then I realized, wait a minute, I'm a fire rooster.
He's a fire rooster. So we're burning over
Yeah.
here. The rooster
Ho-
and the
Hopefully not in
horse.
Hades, but we're burning.
Well, I got my red on, so I'm all ready for the
And
fire.
and that's a Aries color too. So
All right. And is it officially Aries season yet? Have we
no,
moved in or
it's vernal equinox
okay.
is beginning of
Okay.
spring is Aries.
So we're getting closer.
Yeah.
We're getting closer.
And yes, the year of the fire horse was on the 17th.
Hmm.
And a lot of action started around the 17th.
Yes.
We had the solar eclipse. It was the Lunar New Year. But as my astrologer friends keep on telling me, the 17th landed right in the middle of someone's chart.
Yes.
And it's going to be like, as she said, it's like Matthew Perry's chart.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not good. It's not good at all.
So we were going to dive into what we've been feeling and predicting about
Mhm.
someone leaving office. Possibly not the planet just yet, but last February, a year ago, I had predicted that at the end of February of 2026 into March, that I always felt the wording I used was he's gonna be handcuffed to a gurney and rolled out.
Mhm. Yeah.
And you had done your March predictions.
Yes. And I haven't posted them yet, but I was just discussing them with Arthur. They're coming out in a week, but I have to start my February predictions. I literally got the picture of the Grim Reaper sort of like waiting, just waiting. So I felt like that's symbolic. It doesn't have to be physical death. That could just be symbolic of an ending. But there is just the sense of we're getting closer.
Hmm.
And I did get this date of March 3rd last month that was going to be like a real turning point time. And then when I looked at March, holy cow, I literally get him. I was telling Arthur earlier, like he's talking to spirits and I like it was almost like he was being haunted and he was arguing with spirits and I'm like, what is this? Like, is he crossed over? Or then it just hit me. He could just be like I don't even know how to say it on,
Not in
YouTube, but
office.
yeah, just not in his own mind either. Like he could be,
Well, remember
uh,
that whole thing with Nixon breaking down and talking to ghosts?
yeah, yeah.
Same
At
thing.
least it's ghosts that maybe he might be seeing. I don't know if it's real, but there is this illusion, delusion thing I'm getting from him at the end that's really bad. And I was pulling cards that said, like leaving office or being persuaded to. So I mean, I'm open to looking more into it
Okay.
because I felt like I needed more details anyway to kind of what is this? What's the nitty gritty?
But this is,
So
I mean, my very first YouTube show was with Linda back in July of 2023, and I said he came up and I said, "You have to be alive to be a president."
yeah.
I was wrong, sort of.
I know.
but it's
But
not,
that's, yeah,
but I keep on hearing, like I said, if people got royalties for the music I hear in my head, Palanque would be very rich right now because I keep on hearing the opening of My Way, and now the end is near.
yeah, the end is here. And I was just saying to you, and people can comment, I'm pretty sure that that's the song he played when he left office in 2020. Wait, no, 2021, right? Because it was
Yeah.
January. And that was like his song, which I think it's interesting that you're kind of hearing that song, but with a different twist.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm not hearing Hail to the Chief, believe me.
Right. Because that's how he went out the first time with that song. So maybe this is the second time he's heading out.
Yes. But I mean, I know people have said they felt him leaving on a jet plane. Don't know when I'll be back again.
Yeah.
But I never saw that. I never saw him. He may in his head wants to flee, but I don't feel he's going to be able to. I mean, that's what I get from my guides. So, and everything's up
I've
for
done a video on
interpretation.
that. Yeah. And I was going to say, I get that too. I get the wanting to, maybe even a plan B. But when the time came, I never got that he was able to do so. I
Yeah.
got the exact same thing.
And we were talking about this earlier about when we get psychic hits, we see things, but sometimes it's the interpretation.
Right.
It's again back in February of 2025. I said at the end of September of 2025, I saw Trump being surrounded by a lot of generals. And
Hmm.
at that point, I felt maybe the generals were trying to like persuade him to get on that gurney and handcuff him. Wrong. I was kind of right. He was in the room at the end of September with generals at the Pentagon,
Hmm.
but it's that looking at things through water sometimes it's a little fuzzy.
I did the same thing when I looked at in September. I kept seeing things like the shot heard around the world, and I was getting all these like Lexington and Concord kind of stuff, and oh, on the Boston Massacre, I got the Boston Massacre, and at the time I was like, I think something's going to happen in Boston, and I did a whole thing on it, but it wasn't. It was Chicago. But what it was, the shot heard around the world, that was Charlie Kirk. And the Boston Massacre thing, that was just symbolic of people rising and against a force, but that was Chicago. But because I saw those images that took place in that place, I thought it was the city, but it was just misinterpreted. It was, again, it's symbolic. It's hard sometimes for people to understand, but you get these bits and pieces and you have to put it together.
Well,
And so,
it's
yeah.
like you got a box full of puzzle pieces.
Mhm.
This is green, this must be grass. This is blue, this must be
Yeah.
sky.
Yeah.
And then it's like trying to put a puzzle together without seeing the picture.
Right. Right.
You know,
That's a perfect analogy.
or it's
Perfect.
like in Jurassic Park, they tried to make a dinosaur and they didn't have all the parts, so they gave DNA to a frog, you know.
Right.
So when we predict things, it's like there's little things that we may go to that make sense to us as
Right.
individuals. It's like when we all predict, at least many of us predicted that we felt Kamala Harris was going to be given the baton, pass the baton from Joe Biden.
Hmm.
But if you really look at it, she was
Yeah.
just not the way
Yes.
we had, or I had interpreted it was his second term and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
And I admit I'm wrong, you know,
Right.
but that's when I was up for 3 nights. I've told this story before. I was up for three. I couldn't, after that election, I was ready to quit. And I closed my eyes sitting on the couch. And when I opened them, I was back in Jean Dixon's office. They said, I didn't always get it right,
Yeah.
but you didn't get this wrong. And you're not leaving. Just never
I
leaving.
I felt that after the fact too, that I did get it right. It's just I didn't get what happened around it,
Yeah.
and
But
which
I
I
still feel
think
in time will tell. But in the
time will tell.
meantime, like I did a show and I was saying, every time I'm at the cheese aisle at Whole Foods and see Swiss cheese, I think that's Trump's brain.
Yeah,
So again, I we never want to wish anyone ill will, sort of. And but I really feel no tomorrow. I don't know when we'll get the show up, but the State of the Union address has not happened yet.
correct. As of the taping of this show.
This taping, which is Monday.
For the audience, just
Yes.
because you might say, "Hey, it's already happened." This is not a psychic prediction, but it is for us
Yeah.
if we look at it right now.
Right.
Yes.
It's 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 12 noon on Monday, the
Hmm.
23rd here in Los Angeles.
That's right.
So that's when we're taping. So, but we've all been feeling stuff around the State of the Union.
Yeah, I'm feeling something for sure.
So the first thing I said, he's just gonna it's gonna be a crappy event. That's what I felt. I would not want to be standing behind him like JD Vance and Mike
No,
Johnson.
that's right.
Um, but also it's gonna be I just get him blundering and just like
The
word
ramble.
salad. Like I want a salad dressing after the speech.
And I
Rambling.
kept getting like, and I told Arthur, like I kept getting a viral moment. Like I'd wake up the next day, there'd be something he said that just everyone's playing. Like, I
It's like
can't
he
believe
went there.
that.
He
Yeah,
actually
that's
went
what he said.
there.
He actually did it. Like he said whatever is supposed to be unsaid. I don't know what this is,
Do you
but
want to put some cards on it?
yeah, let's see. Like, what is this moment? The thing that he says where there, as you said, I can't believe
He went
that he
there.
went, that he went there. Let's see what comes up. Now, this is interesting. Let me just want to get
Okay.
some of these prediction cards as clarifier.
Oh, what I call the creepy kid cards.
Yeah, the creepy kid card. I'm getting something here with immigration, ironically enough. Um, doesn't this remind you of Cash Patel? I don't know.
Oh yes,
I don't know if that's really him, but I was just getting like we were talking about him earlier, and I
a
was like,
short
I'm
little
wondering
man.
if this has something to do with the FBI or something,
Yeah.
or but it could just be leadership. Let me just get some clarifications here on my ending. All right, so this is what's making me, there's something here about, for me, the Six of Swords is moving away from danger, but I was getting a real immigrant feel, like maybe something with immigration or something with traveling. That's why if it's Cash Patel, is it something about, but I don't know, I keep feeling with immigrants. I am getting a reversed Three of Swords. Something is okay, it's fine, it's fixed or something like that here. And then I'm getting the Five of Cups as the outcome. And this is like salvaging something from something's gone wrong, but I'm going to salvage something from this situation. I feel like he's saying something about someone being compromised, and I get unexpected results and unclear. That there's also something he says that's really like jumbled, and like I feel like this is him. Like you talked about word salad. I feel like there's something like all jumbled up. So it's like he's compromised. There's something here that he's releasing or some bits of information that why am I keep getting immigration or something to do with the children or something to do with what they're doing with the camps. It's just there's something here. It could be a couple of different things, but I'm getting the big viral moment is something where he shows he's really compromised and he's trying to like show that he's not compromised in some way, but he it comes out all unclear and like I didn't expect him to say that.
And
Word
so
salad.
the
I'm
more he
trying to get
talks
out of
about it, the
something.
worse it becomes. He can't talk his way
Yeah,
out of
like
it.
I'm trying to get out of it, but I'm actually showing that I'm connected to this thing, this act, and I don't know, I can't, there's something here about, I don't know, I keep feeling like maybe it's the Epstein things. I don't know if we can say that here, but
Yeah.
the Epps things.
But
Um,
also, what I'm also picking up, as you're just talking, I just got an image where he may bring up Elon Musk,
do you think Elon's the king?
well, he thinks he is.
I know.
Entertainment purposes only.
Yeah.
Um,
I
but
will, well, I'm sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, but I just feel like he's going to ramble. I don't feel he's going to be there for 2 hours.
He's unclear, unexpected
I
results,
feel
like,
he may even do a Mitch McConnell and freeze a little bit.
yeah. He's given up something though. He's showing that he's compromised in some way. There's something he says that in his mind, it's like to make me look innocent, but it makes him look even more guilty of
You think it's
something.
about Venezuela or Ukraine?
That could be the boat too. Got the boat here, the boats.
Well, by the time this airs, we'll know.
Yeah,
But
it's
also,
funny.
he's just gone.
Yeah, he's,
I feel he's also going to bring up Melania's movie, how great the first lady is.
of course.
And then I said on my show last night, it's like, and then if you see the movie, you get you know, if you're on Prime, you get a credit.
Yeah,
So
it's
it's
gonna
gonna,
be, it's,
and I feel that will be, well, there are people that are not going to be watching this thing.
yeah.
Ratings are going to be bad. I mean, I said on my show last night, I was just teasing saying, remember when the Tea Party came into power, they all had the hats with little tea bags on them? Yeah, we're gonna have tomorrow people wearing hats with those little air fresheners, like little trees. And
Yeah,
what do you think about he's going to be sitting right in front of him?
because you
The
were the
Supreme
Supreme
Court.
Court.
Yeah.
Like that's the other big thing here. Can can I just pull some cards on this?
Please
I
do.
really wanted to see if anything came up that like he would specifically. I mean, we know probably we can imagine some of the things he would say based on things he's already posted, but he's always been a little bit of a taco in a way that if he's face to face, will he have the guts to say some of the things to their faces?
Yeah,
Or
but
will
I
it be,
also think he's going to be amped up, like he was in the debate with Joe Biden.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I remember Judy Garland. That's all I'm going to say.
that's so in that way, yeah, he would, maybe that's why I just feel there's no control here whatsoever. I'm just asking, what's he going to say to the Supreme Court? How is he going to deal with them? Um, I think this is what we would expect. Honestly, I'm not getting anything other than what we expect. Here's like he's on the defensive stuff and he's just batting, like just let's go. He's on the fly, whatever comes to his head. He's on the defensive. This is interference. So for me, the Eight of Wands reverse. So I feel like he's going to say that he's going to imply that they were interfered with, that there was corruption, or like something was not on the up and up. So there's some insinuating, how do I want to say this? I can't think of the word, a way of saying that they have keepers without really saying it, but I feel like everyone's going to know what's going on. I'm wondering if that's like the compromising myself kind of thing. But then we have the Hierophant with the government, and then the Two of Pentacles reversed. And that's something to do with money for me, because sometimes that can mean stock market crashing or money situations not going well, the government. So there seems to be a sense he tries to pivot at the end to say, okay, we need to do things that are just and right, and I'm the one who's just and right. But there's this implication, this is standing out to me, that he's implying that they're receiving some funds, I guess you could say, that's interfering with their decisions. And he's just, things are just flying out of his mouth. I think
And do
in
you
the
think
end,
he'll
he's going
just
to try to
be
clean it up,
going
though.
against the liberal justices?
Is, wait, say that again? That
Will he be
he's,
going just after liberal justices like who
no, I feel like he's going after the ones that,
turned on him, supposedly?
yep, yeah, I don't, because I feel like the liberal justices, it's like we knew how you were gonna, like we know, we already know, right? So I feel like the attack is on the three justices. I get Roberts really strong. What are you getting around Roberts? Because I just feel like he's the one who's being attacked more than the other two that voted against, um, or
I get that
voted.
as well. I mean, he's already saying how Gorsuch is on his side and all that kind of stuff. So, but
Yeah,
I'll be honest with you, I don't feel the Supreme Court, especially with the tariffs, did this to rein him in. I just feel they followed the law for once.
yeah. But I feel like that's not what's being said by Trump. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I feel
Well, it's
like he's
like
throwing
his
stuff at him, like,
interpretation.
yeah, like he's like, yeah, you're being, again, projection, right? Because I may have done some things that were not on the up and up, so you must have done that.
I
Like
know, but
it's he's
I
throwing that at the
whenever he
wall.
sees his speeches, those remind me of Mad Libs, just the same old thing, just insert verb, insert name,
Yeah.
insert.
That's why I said, like, I think this is stuff you would expect from him. Nothing out of the ordinary, I guess you could say for him.
But he's going to say what a great all these great people around him, how he's the smartest one in the room, and that he's been. How many times do you think he'll use the word exonerated?
Oh, a lot. Because I keep feeling like that's part of this thing. I'm trying to make myself look innocent of all things, and yet I'm just insert foot in mouth. I'm just showing how compromised I am. That seems to be the theme that I feel.
It's like catching a little kid with their hand in the cookie jar and him turning around and goes, "My hand's not in the cookie jar for me. I was getting you a cookie. It's for
That's right.
you."
I'm wondering how, because isn't some of the victims
Yes.
of the X Files, weren't they going to be in the audience?
Yeah, but I mean, it's the same thing he did to Clinton, remember?
Oh yeah,
So he
yeah.
knows that playbook, and I don't think he really cares. He'll mock them.
That's what I'm thinking too. Yeah.
Nothing to
It's
see here. It proves that I'm innocent.
right. Maybe that's the thing. I can't believe he went there. There's something that's just even a Trump supporter is going to go.
As long as he doesn't say they're eating the cats and the dogs.
It's unbelievable.
Anyway, moving forward.
Yes.
So since you got that card on Cash Patel, well, it seems like Cash Patel.
That seemed like a cash card. I don't know.
Let's cash him out.
Yeah. All right. What do we want to know about him?
Well, I feel he's beyond compromised, and also the fact that the video is coming out where he's saying the FBI director does not need to be flying on a private jet,
I know.
and then he just showed up at the Olympics,
The
and
Olympics,
supposedly it was $400,000 to get him there.
yeah. It's disgusting, those pictures. Just, it's like being at a college frat
I was going to say
party.
it's Frappo, and
Yeah.
he probably didn't even have this when he was those kind of people around him. So if he was
He's
not
playing
the
out
director of the
some,
FBI, I don't think they'd let him in the room.
he's like a youthful fantasy he's playing out. Like he never really evolved. I'm just going to pull some cards on Cash just
But go
to kind
for
of,
it.
yeah.
I feel his
What,
days are numbered. I feel by the end of March he may be ousted. That's just I could be wrong.
can I just say his point of view? Yeah, he's sitting, he feels like he's untouchable, is what I'm getting
Is
with
that
this
Ten of
Nine of
Cups?
Cups. Yeah, it's the
Wow.
Nine of Cups. He just kind of sitting there like, you know, I can do what I want. I've got, the abundance, and he's smug, and yet there are a lot of secrets underneath the whole situation. And I'm feeling like he's a keeper of secrets. So when I'm getting these two cards together, it's like he knows things. So from his point of view, he's like, because I know these things, no one's going to touch me. There's some arrogance here. And I do get this Ten of Cups, which in this case, even though it can be happiness and family, this is also my Republican card. So I feel like this is the Republican Party. And right after that, my King of Swords cards. I think this is the king. Yeah, the King of Swords reversed, which can be an authoritarian, but it can also just be justice going against him. So it's almost like the Republicans here are throwing him under the bus. Like I thought we were one big happy family. And then this is kind of like coming after him. Something's coming after him, but it's its own party. It's not just the Dems, it's his own party.
But it's also based on what stuff he's done, is what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I mean, there's reason for it. And also the
Yeah.
fact that he said there's nothing here in the files to look at.
Yeah. He's the keeper of the secrets
Yeah,
with the women, and he's very smug about it. You said March. I could be wrong. So if someone out there can tell me, because I'm sometimes I forget the astrology, but I thought the astrology for the Nine of Cups was in the March time period.
I don't know. I don't,
Yeah, I'll have to look that up. But yeah, it could be soon. It could be soon.
and what, while we're talking about Cash Patel, why don't we just go to also what are you getting for Pete Hegseth? Because I always feel end of March he's being ousted. I also get in time him being held accountable for war crimes.
I do too, actually. I've gotten that in the past. I'm feeling, let me just do a clarifier. That's my clarifier. Same car. That's funny. All right. Justice is coming for him. I have like the Nine of Cups, and then justice is reversed. Justice goes against him in some way. That could be a message. That could be, I mean, it's the night, it's the false night, but there is something here like that's coming down legally for him, is kind of what I'm feeling if I'm getting justice reversed. So I don't know if something that he's done has been brought to court, or it's almost like the law or courts are going after. So I don't know if you know if there's any lawsuits pending, but I feel like there's some legal
I just
thing here.
when I didn't mean to interrupt you, but when you just said that, I just got, oh, his wife's going to divorce him.
Is that the message? Hello,
I
dear
think it's
John.
more than that, but that's
Yeah,
part of it.
there's something in the courts,
Abandoning him.
possibly. I mean, he's done it to everyone else he's been in.
Hmm.
My sun card is reversed. So he's trying to hide something. He's, there's such arrogance with him.
Well, instead
Like,
of DEI, he should be worried about DUI.
yeah, he's trying to look what it ends with. This is what I got, the moon reversed.
Wow,
And for me,
that's
that like
stuff
the
being
darker
eliminated.
stuff, the dark secrets coming out, lunacy, all kinds of stuff. Um, and that's what I said, what's the clarifier? And maybe he just represents new leadership because the King of Wands. So maybe all of this stuff, and I will say this, Cash Patel thing felt soon, kind of like we need to like take care of this guy to like move
It's it's
forward.
it's too
But
it's too out there.
yeah, Hegseth for me feels like after the present leader is gone,
Mm,
which could be soon as well. But I feel like what happens to him is in the aftermath somehow.
okay.
Um, it's a little it takes a little longer. It's like new leadership is going to uncover some of these secrets. And I don't know. I mean, yeah, divorce and there's something else with courts and something he's done that's illegal, which there's been so many, but
Yeah.
maybe they're going to hold him to account on something. Yeah. I get him. We have to wait a little longer, I think, with
Okay.
him.
Now, what about when I think of the women around Trump in his organization, I don't want to say administration or the Fourth Reich,
Organization. Yeah.
it always feels like to me it's the opening of Macbeth with the three witches. Or
Yeah.
in Clash of Titans, you had, the oracles,
The oracles.
or more recently, the witches of Eastwick.
That's right. And I have to find that meme for you because I
Yeah,
know it's out there.
it's because I mean obviously we're talking about Pam Bondi
Yes.
and Christy
Levitt,
Nome and Levitt,
Christine. Yeah. Yep.
and I really feel out of those three, Christy Nome is on her way out.
Yeah. And I had said to you earlier, like I'm getting a woman and I feel like she's leaving like sooner than later. And that's when you said it's known.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like they're going to throw someone under the bus again. I didn't know they were going to throw Cash Patel under the bus, but like you said, everything's so out there that,
he's getting too much press. He's getting,
yeah,
and he just did that podcast with his ex-buddy and all that kind of stuff. So it's like it's too
it's too
much.
much.
And too
Yeah,
many things that he said in the past are coming to surface. Like he said, no FBI head of the FBI should be flying on a private jet like that.
right,
Not that's
right.
what he's doing. But as far as Christy Nome, I always felt she's overstepped her bounds. She's lied too many times. She's really caused a lot of dissent when, within a nanosecond of Miss Good passing, she said, "Oh, she's a terrorist." Without even knowing what the facts were.
Yeah,
And the whole thing about it was fun. I was at the dentist office and they had the radio on and there was an ad. It was Christy Nome talking about, if you're an illegal, we'll give you time to get out of the country and you can do it with your head held high or we'll take you into jail. I'm like, what the? Our taxpayers are paying for these PSAs?
I know,
I mean, who's writing these things? People from Saturday Night Live?
I know,
But I just get her on her way out. And Karen Levitt, I mean, I think said she got pregnant on purpose to get out of there.
that's what I got too. I got that. Yep.
That's her exit stage right card.
Yep.
You know.
What do
Though
you
I would
get
have
for
loved to
watching?
see, but I would have loved to see her in like Easter coming up in a bunny suit like Sean Spencer.
Spencer. I'm gonna pull 3 cards for each one of them,
Okay, and
including
also Pam
Bundy.
Bondi. What I keep on saying is, we're going to see her without her bleached blonde hair one of these days because they won't let her do it in jail.
Yeah, I had gotten that in the past for her. I don't know. I don't know. I like to double check everything because I feel
Okay.
like this time of change, looking at Gnome,
Well, things shift.
yeah, things do shift. Yeah.
And I also love
Um,
the fact that Chrissy Nome went out and spent millions of dollars on those jets to be able to deport more immigrants, and they didn't have engines.
yeah, I know. She has the worst cards. So I feel like our feeling about her, Christine Ohm, is accurate. I mean, I do get the sense that she's trying to, with this is the Five of Pentacles reversed. So she's trying to be in with the in crowd, we'll just call it. I want to be part of the group, but that makes me feel like, why are you trying to be part of the group? She's starting to feel like she's on the outs. There's something here about young people, okay, and that they're going to use against her. And here's the Emperor reverse, who for me is the dictator in some cases. So I feel like the Orange One himself is kind of making the call in some way to silence her or in some way
Get her to step down before
get her to
she's
step
removed.
down. Yeah,
When you
because
said children, I just got the image of the 5-year-old being deported. They threw him into the
like the bunny
prison
hat, yeah. It's
into
something with the
Texas.
children. I mean, they have heat on them for other things.
Yeah,
They don't need this, and she feels it. Like I feel like she's doing it. Like, look, I'm so loyal. It's like she's trying so hard. Look, I'm one of you. Um, but he's making a call like, just get rid of her, kind of thing. Like we don't need this or whatever, or people around him, because we don't know how much he's thinking on his own, but that's his card. Um, So she looks like that's going to happen soon. And I looked at Levitt. She's having a grand old time. It's funny because she's the youngest of them. And there is some like real young kind of like this is all a game kind of energy. Like I don't know if she's fully grasped the consequences of everything that's coming for her. Um, so she's still feeling like she's protected. The Hierophant is reversed, but she is making a plan, and this could be her husband. See if what you're feeling, but I feel like someone's advised her that the government's going to be upside down pretty soon, and she needs to make a plan. But I don't feel like she's in like La La Land having a good time. I feel like she's being advised by someone older and wiser. So it could be her husband.
probably.
Yeah, to say, look, the things are going to go
Days are
south.
numbered,
Your
and
days are numbered. Yeah.
we gotta plan this.
And the Five of Cups, all the cups are tipped over. I'm not feeling jail yet, but I am getting an escape plan here. Um, there's mourning here too. So we've already kind of read on you know who and how things might be coming out, but there's like she's mourning this ending. Party's over. I just heard the party's over. And then I got Bondi. Bondi's in it so deep with money. You've got the Seven of Pentacles. She's trying to plan her financial future. Like, I need mine. I need to make some choices here to make sure I'm okay. There's something here with finances, but the lovers are reversed. There's a deal that is going to be like ended. Like, I thought we had a deal. Whoops. I thought we had a deal, but it's broken somehow. The deal is broken. And then the Sun card reverse, which seemed that is one of my arrogance cards, but she's also trying to hold on to secrets. But we know with the Epps files, redacting things and so forth, she's still trying to do that at the end. The deal is broken though. It's like she's not as protected as she thought she was.
When you said that, I just heard the orange one saying, "You promised and you didn't hold up to it,"
The deal was broken. Yep.
and him replacing her.
And that's got to be the deal. The part that's broken has got to be this redaction, this trying to hide.
Yeah,
You didn't do enough. It has to be that because
you
that's like
promised. It's almost like you promised me and you didn't live up.
you didn't deliver.
And he's not loyal to anybody, so,
Yeah.
but he demands loyalty from everyone around him.
I kind of feel she's also, but again, I feel like she's really going to go down, I think, after he's,
Steps down, lack of a better
yeah,
word.
because he might say that, but by the time they go through the whole process of it, I don't think he has enough time left, Arthur. I don't know. Like, how do you feel? I feel like time is of the essence with him. Like, he has big plans. He could be making calls, but I don't know how many of these things he can move forward with because of time. Like, they have to be done after
Like you
he,
said, time is not on his side at the moment.
time is not on his side.
And in some ways, if you look at his actions of putting his name on everything, and if you're gonna put your name on a building, at least use the same font that's already there, is what I keep on saying. It's gonna be ripped down, but it's almost like the man that knows his, and he also said he's not going to heaven. So the other day, so you
Yeah.
know, it's almost like I want the ark with my name on it. I want this building with my name on it. It's like
The
I want
airport.
legacy,
Yeah.
and that's usually what he wants is what when people have already departed, these are honors that people bestow upon their
Right.
memory. You know, I mean, I don't think he's even worthy to have a prison named after him, but that's my own personal opinion.
Even if he was successful, I feel like all of that will be erased at some point.
Hmm. Well, even
Like,
Jimmy Carter said he's an illegitimate president. So,
yeah, yeah. You know
but
what I saw like in the future once? Like this was a long time ago,
mhm.
like his first term. I saw a museum, like when this was all over, like almost like a Holocaust museum, but it wasn't. It was like a museum of like this time period. Like I was in the future. And it was like statues of people who were in this time that, you know, you wouldn't think they would make but it was almost telling the story of this time period and that school children would be going through it and things like that. Like it would be studied and there'd be some sort of a like a museum to all of this.
With all
What
his merch,
happened?
with all the merch he sold.
Yeah, there you go. Then you could get your red
Well,
hat on the way
started with the
out.
gold sneakers.
Little keychain that you could have as in memory. But yeah, like, but like in a seriously, like a Holocaust kind of museum.
Take out
Like,
part of the escalator.
you put it, this is where it all began, folks.
Turn the Cutter plane into a restaurant.
There you go. God, I wonder what's going to happen to that plane. I don't know.
I
That's
don't see
crazy.
it. I don't see him flying away in it.
Me neither. I wonder what they do because I don't see that being in our fleet, like meaning like for the president
Like I
future.
said, I feel it ends up in on the Vegas Strip as a restaurant.
Walk through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Going to be interesting stuff in the aftermath.
Where I grew up, I think it was in back in Pennsylvania, in Bucks County, there was a restaurant, I think Flannery's, that was had a plane on top of it.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So, and I think Pendel, PA. But yeah, so it's been done.
It's been done. They got to do something with that thing. They're not going to fly it. That's,
And I don't think his kids are getting it. So,
yeah, no, no.
but this is a crazy times we're living through right now.
Yeah, yep. I just try to stay away from that energy as much as I can.
It's like I feel
It's,
dirty.
yeah, it's rough.
I had to take a shower.
Yes.
So, what do you feel about the midterms?
I'm
I've
going to
always
pull on that.
okay.
I have you tell me your thoughts and
I mean, when I did my deep dive, and I was telling everything back in February, when I said everything's going to start on the Ides of March, we would know about it, but it would be like the mirror cracking.
Mhm.
And that's when all the immigration stuff was coming out, the signal gate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. At that same time, I had said that I felt that the House could turn blue before the midterms.
I had said that in a long time ago.
Yeah.
I had gotten that. Hmm.
And I also intimated that I thought that it's not the right word, but that Marjorie Taylor Greene would be leaving.
Yep. And she did.
Well, I felt she wanted to be, JD Vance she thought he'd be president. She wanted to try and be the VP. Oh, well.
I know. I'm just going to do the crazy
Okay.
kids. And then I'm going to tell you, well, I'm just as I'm shuffling these cards, I'm asking for some clarifiers about the midterms. This is kind of some things that I've gotten for the future around leading up to the midterm period. I got March was volatile and could be a potential ending to a presidency, the presidency. I also got July, this
Mm.
July, as very volatile. And I wasn't sure if it meant it's another exit point for the president, like if it didn't work out in March, that maybe it's July. Um, but I did a personal reading for myself for the year, just pulled some cards on the month. And in that time period, I'm in survival mode, it said, like you're battling down the hatches and you're just making sure you have enough of everything. And I'm thinking that there might be something that's happening, and it could be in reaction to if there's like a a power vacuum or a switch up. There could be something happening in that summer period where there's confusion. And I felt like any primaries, when we're talking about the midterm, there's the most danger in that period. So primaries that start in the late spring kind of thing. I felt like there was a lot of energy that was chaotic and everyone being on the defensive and that sort of thing. But then when I looked at the fall, I felt like when we're actually in the midterms, that everything had kind of calmed down in that we weren't in
Well,
that volatile
all the way through the
energy.
madness.
Yeah. Like, and I can't say like things aren't crazy in some way, but it wasn't like that upheaval, like, oh my God, like what's going on? And when I'm looking at the cards here, I do feel this Five of Pentacles represents the people feeling like they've been out in the cold, right? Like literally are not, they've been cast out in some way and they're ready to take control. And my Page of Pentacles is reversed. This is about mistakes for me in reversal. So these people who've been cast out, I keep throwing my cards today, Arthur, but they're mistakes. They feel like they made a mistake. So this could also be very specific to people who supported Trump in the last
Mhm.
election, who are like, hello, and we're really outcasts here. The Six of Pentacles is reversed, which this kind of reminds me of like a voting poll kind of card when I get it upright. It is in reversals. This can be that things are not completely equal. Like to me, this is like an equal energy exchange. And I feel like there's something that's not equal. We're talking about the votes. I feel like I'm seeing pockets in the United States where some things are going very smoothly and very well, and other pockets where extra security or extra worry or feeling like there still could be shenanigans, things like that, related to what's going on. The magician is reversed at the end, which is the dark magician for me, which means that there is some darker manipulation still or an attempt. I did pull a cyber attack card for clarification. So this is still a danger, manipulation, people being manipulated to do such a thing. And the floods and heavy rain, this is not literal for me. I feel like in this case, this is emotion. And it's just like the power of that emotion from the people that even though you've got this kind of manipulative energy at the end in certain key states or certain pockets, this is what kind of moves things through. This energy. You're
Mhm.
not going to do it to me again. I'm not going to make the same mistake again. Flood of people, right?
Fool me
Like,
once, fool me twice.
yeah. Like, so I think what's going to save us in the midterms is just people voting like they've never voted before.
And it's going to be too big to
You
rig.
can't you can't rig it. I think these cards indicate there may be an attempt for
Well,
that.
you also heard that Trump is now, they're saying that the Gallup polls will no longer keep score of the president.
Wow, that's bad. He was ranting up. Did you see there's a soundbite today that he was speaking on behalf of, was it veterans or I don't know the group, but I know it was people who I think were related to military service or serving their
Mhm.
country. And he was rambling, and that's all he talked about was the polls and how they're all wrong and they're all rigged. That's his favorite word, rigged. So yeah,
Well,
it's
I
been
mean, he's talking. I mean, I was thinking he talks like a fifth grader now or fourth grader. And there was some psychologist said that he's basically talking in the level of fourth grade now.
that's when you know too, because of that. There was a tweet that, not a tweet, whatever he does on his Truth Social,
Yeah.
that he did one of his ramblings and he was using words. I'm going to say that he was using words that you knew in real life. He wouldn't be able to pronounce them, never mind know what they
Belvin.
meant. So I know that some of these rants are not even being, they were definitely from someone else. There's just
Well,
no way.
somebody asked me this once, does Trump write all of his stuff on Truth Social? Does somebody else write? And I said, he doesn't know how to spell. So yeah, other people are writing.
Yeah.
I mean, he does remind me of a entertainment purposes only, but a functioning illiterate.
Yep. Yep. Well, I mean, this is not speculation, but there are people who have written books from his first term who they didn't understand what he was about completely in the first term. And a lot of them resigned and so forth, but they said they had reduced, meetings and information to him to pictures
Hmm.
because he couldn't read his briefings and things. And that's all on the record. That's not like I'm making it up. Like these are witnesses that had to
Right.
do this. So, yeah.
Never again, hopefully.
Never again. But yeah, the midterms I think are going to go all blue, but by the sheer will of the people. That's what I'm feeling. Are you feeling something similar or?
I'm, here's what I've been predicting, and I could be totally wrong,
Mhm,
but right, the possibility of the House turning blue
mhm.
before the midterms to me is strong.
Right.
I feel Johnson will go back to grinder, somebody takes his place, and then they get ousted, and then everything turns blue
Mhm.
before the midterms.
To start the
So that,
process.
and then I feel, when I say I feel, I mean my guides, then I get the sense that it's the what do I call it? He's I would say ousted, steps down, whatever words you want to use. He's not in office.
Right.
I never see JD Vance as being our president. As
Yeah.
we said earlier, they may swear him in, but I don't think his mascara would dry fast enough. He's out of there.
And I was talking to you before. It's like,
Yeah.
that's what I get. Like, it might be an emergency thing, like, oh my God, now you're president, but it like is like a hot minute and then
Yeah,
it's
like I
done.
said, his
Like he's
mascara's not
pulled.
dry because I always
I
get
keep
him as
seeing
a
like the old
co-conspirator.
hook.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the hook.
Yeah.
Like
I
you're
always get him
out.
as co-conspirator, and then the Speaker of the House rises. And when I've said I see Hakeem Jeffries, people get mad at me, but I'm just saying what I got.
Yeah.
And
There was
whoever the Speaker of the House is rises, and then he doesn't take over as president, though. I always see a committee,
hmm
like
That could be that time period
like
last
Elizabeth
that
Warren coming
summer.
in, Jamie Raskin coming in with the Constitution, and all the other stuff, and rebuilding stuff,
Right.
and bringing back U.S. aid under another name, possibly,
hmm
but what it was supposed to do, they do again.
hmm
A lot of the stuff that he signed into executive orders are just gone. It's just worthless.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I feel what I keep on seeing is the Republicans that are staunch MAGA or like it's like when I lived in New York City, you turn on the light and the cockroaches would scramble under
Yeah.
under the appliances. And the MAGA party transitions into something else, just like it was at one point the Tea Party.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be as extreme. And what I've always seen by the end of 2027, that the words compassion and empathy are not dirty words,
Yeah.
and things get almost everything was just it's almost like I always felt that the country was going a certain way and then Kennedy got assassinated and everyone went to the dark side. And that's where we're going and heading to this dark side. And all of a sudden, no, it starts going the other way.
Right.
I may be Pollyanna, I don't know, but that's what I've always visualized is a
I
sense of
get
hope.
this. I get the same thing, but I get a more cynical, I guess, less Pollyannish transition. I feel like the transition, and maybe that's why I'm getting this chaos in the summer and it's not always smooth, I don't think. I
No, I don't
think
think
it's
it's going
gonna
to
be
be like,
scary for some people. I think there are going to be people who will be like, our country is done. Like in the interim of this, there's going to be a lot of emotion and a lot of who are we and things happening that aren't pleasant. Again, I don't want to say too much on your channel, but like,
no, you can say
uh,
whatever you want. I mean, I don't feel
yeah,
it's,
it's just
I mean, there are
terrorism,
people with
basically.
doom and gloom, but I'm not prepared
Yeah.
to like get drums of water and
No, no, no.
freeze-dried
Not that.
food and stockpile and
I
like,
agree.
you
I
know,
agree.
like those ministers that, oh, it's the end of the world. I just took a
No,
kid's money and yeah, sorry, kids, you're not going to college now. You got
yeah.
to work at
No, I
McDonald's.
feel like the structure is still there, but I don't want to paint a rose-colored like, oh yes, and then the people come in and everything will be fine. There's going to
Oh, it's not
be
like,
utter
hearing the
transition.
Munchkins sing, oh,
Yeah, like,
everything.
oh, like, and it's like, and now we can go back to normal because one of the things I always say on my channel is when whatever you saw in your mind as normal
It's
is done. It's whatever that is,
the
how
new
you
normal.
perceive your perception of what life was for you is done. And whatever we're going into, that doesn't necessarily mean it's worse. I think it will eventually be better.
Well, I
That
hate to
I
say it, but
believe that.
the words build back better keep on coming to mind.
Yeah, build back better. Yeah, it's true. I get that a lot too.
And I
Yeah.
don't see any high schools being named after Trump or Vance or Cash
No,
Patel.
no, no. It's going to be a huge lesson. I think there's going to be such pressure to be almost like Germany in that this time you have to bring everyone to justice
Mm-hmm.
or you will never heal. You'll
Right.
never, it will always keep coming back.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if they have the guts to do that. As I say that, I want to say the energy is moving in that direction, but I've also felt that there are other paths that are slower and they involve, and I'm just going to say it, I'm sorry, everybody, but the Democrats, and just kind of say, well, we can't do this or that because they're trying to make things smoother for everyone,
But
but they're doing the same old thing.
but what I
Like,
get a lot of, I don't want to say discord.
mhm,
I read it as growing pains.
yeah,
This doesn't fit anymore. We have to change this. And
that's right.
it's like sometimes with all the planetary weather changes, volcanoes, this and that, I always think Gaia is going through growing pains. We're getting ready for the next shift.
We're moving from an adolescent country to an adult country.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's time to grow up and take
But
responsibility.
but are we watching Jerry Springer's show? Or are we
I
watching
think we have been.
PBS? Or we're gonna watch something on PBS,
I was going to say, aren't we living Jerry Springer right
I
now?
think we are.
I think we are. So maybe we'll get to PBS.
Yeah. And I feel PBS will come back, you know.
I miss PBS.
Yeah.
There
But
are some things I miss of the old world. I will say that. Sometimes I miss some things, but
I don't mix 8-track players though.
they kind of sucked.
Yeah. I was right in the middle of it. I had one and right in the middle of like some symphony, it would just like click over to the next track.
Yeah.
Okay, it's bad.
Yeah.
So what else shall we deep dive? Anything else? So
Because,
in
yeah,
conclusion, let's look at our anniversary of the United States coming up, our 250-year anniversary.
250th anniversary. See what the energy is here.
It's not the same as, you know, I remember when it was 1976.
I remember that too. I do remember that. I'm going to use some of my deck of characters here for clarifiers. I was only 10 years old in 1976, and it was a big deal. There's this picture I remember of my siblings all around a cake. a special cake that my mother made for our bicentennial. And we're all smiling, all little kids, because I was the oldest. And there was I remember parades in our town, and like, it was a big deal. And we might have even gone to Boston for the Pops at some point. Because remember the Boston Pops did the big show, Arthur Fiedler.
The Fiedler, yeah.
Yeah, it was a
Actually, my
huge deal.
grandmother watched him every Sunday after Lawrence Welk. So,
There you go. I used to watch Lawrence Welk by not by choice, but because
yeah.
that's what was on.
But I
Uh,
lived with, at that time, I was in college in Philadelphia.
oh
So it was the
wow,
birthplace.
birthplace.
So it
There
was
you
a
go.
huge celebrations. I don't see the same thing this coming for the 250.
Yeah, I get a different energy. Um, all right, so it starts with the Nine of Pentacles, but what I'm getting off of this is we're safe.
Mhm.
We're safe is kind of what I'm getting. But people aren't into it with the Four of Cups. There's a sense of exhaustion here. I'm feeling like that cup being offered to this guy. It's kind of like, come on, let's celebrate. And he's just like, oh, I'm tired.
It's a
Why
brew,
am I
boy. Come
celebrating?
on, have another brew.
Like, I don't want to do this. People don't trust. They still don't
Mm.
trust. They're in a moment of, I'm not really fully trusting, not just what's going on in the government, but just, I don't really trust that we are the America that we're supposedly celebrating. Like there's something like
False.
philosophical here. Yeah. There, I'm getting these ocean. I got ocean and the Three of Wands. But that, I mean, that could be my overseas card in some cases, but also this is about expansion and looking ahead. So maybe there are still people who are willing to kind of look ahead to kind of see where we're going. And the ocean card usually represents infinite possibilities. So maybe it's the infinite possibilities that we're looking at. Maybe July 4th this year is going to be about us thinking about what is it that we want for ourselves. And
Well,
there are going to be celebrations because I get my club card, but I also get the candle of hope. So I feel celebrations are small, but there's a sense of hope for the future, a hope that we can expand from that moment. Does that make sense?
yeah, and what I just heard was, I'm running it down, is that remember I had said about growing pains?
Yeah.
It's almost like I don't want to be so on the nose, but almost like rebirth,
Rebirth.
labor pains, rebirth.
Maybe that's the exhaustion too.
Yeah.
You know, we just been through something. And
I've been in labor for like 4 years.
yeah, and here we are. Like, I don't really want to go to a party, but very reflective. I get people very reflective, like that overall energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But not horrible because this card makes me feel like there's still going to be celebrations.
Oh yeah.
There's going to be, but it feels smaller. It feels, I don't know what's going on in
It feels
Washington.
more, I was gonna say, to me, it doesn't, it feels more intimate, internal.
Yes. That's why I was almost going to say like I'm seeing family picnics for some reason in my mind's eye and things that feel like I'm going to be with the people I love and celebrate that way. Not like a big like I don't think many people are going to go out to the big events like when we were just talking about Philly and Boston Pops and like I mean there'll be people who do, but like I don't feel like the focus is on that.
No. But I do feel there'll be almost like a sense of no King's Day, that kind of
Protest.
energy. But not necessarily protest, but people do come forward, but it's that sense of we mobilized and we made this happen.
We made this happen. Yeah.
Like we are all in this together, and people start really realizing that we are in numbers stronger than pe they want us to think,
Yeah.
you know. But is it
Yeah.
Trump delusional syndrome? I don't know. I think they're delusional. That's my
And
personal opinion, though.
personal opinion, I agree.
For
I agree.
entertainment purposes only. I can do a shuffleball change if you'd like. So. Carrie, this has been delightful catching up
Yes,
with
I
you.
am so happy to read with you again.
We'll do this more, I promise.
Yeah, I was going to say, don't be a stranger. We'll definitely
Oh, I'm
connect.
strange, but that's a whole nother story.
Hopefully, we can get through March and kind of see where we're at. And I
Yes,
bet there'll be a lot to read on at that point.
yes. It's like I
Yes.
all of a sudden hear the music from the old reels, The March of Time.
Yes.
So if people want to get a hold of you, how can they, my dear?
They can go to my YouTube channel, Tarot Soul Writer, and also tarotsoulwriter.com. And that will bring you to everything that I offer. And you can check me out.
Great. And if anyone needs to get a hold of me, I'm at arthureaseyourmind.com or on Wilshire Boulevard with a sandwich board that says we'll read for food. So we try.
There you go.
Thank you so much, my dear. And everyone, thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I know we did. So until next time, take care.
Bye, everybody.